Hey folks, I'm going to be doing a little mini review here, and playing some pinball here. This is the ROKR ROKR 3D pinball set. It is comes as a kit, basically, that you have to assemble, and there's all kinds of electronic components, wooden components, bells and whistles and everything. It is fully functionable, fully playable. Sit down, kitty. I just wanted to talk real quick first about sort of the process of putting it together. It was not difficult. I put many a board game insert together, and this was by far easier than most of those inserts, even though there's super tiny pieces. Everything just fit. So normally with like a board game insert, you're going to have a tab or two that's miscut or that's different. It's too big to go in the slot, or it's too small and the pieces are too loose and you've got to glue them. I did not have to glue any of this at all. It is all pressed to fit, and it all is perfectly it perfectly went together. All right, we're gonna put you down off the table. I wish more board game manufacturers would actually figure out which company they got to do this, and then have them do their inserts. It went together far better than any board game insert I've ever put together. There are a ton of pieces here. I wonder if this tells you how many pieces there are on this box. There were quite a few. 482 pieces. And it has a 6-star difficulty level. It's not that it's difficult, it's more that it's just time consuming. You're probably looking. I probably put about 9 hours into this. There are some pieces that are very delicate that you have to be careful with. So you have to be very careful when you're punching them out of the punch boards, and then when you're handling them to push them into other pieces. You may want to use a hobby knife when you're removing them from the punch board. Some of those pieces, and they will explicitly tell you what those pieces are. The piece is actually coming up. I might have to glue a piece. They will tell you what those pieces are in the instruction booklet, so that you know when to sort of add extra caution. There are a ton of pieces. Or a ton of extra spare parts, I guess I should say. These are all the boards. You can see there's all kinds of pieces left over. Basically, any of these pieces that have a dot or a star or a plus symbol, that means it's an extra piece. It's a spare piece in case you break the other pieces. There are a ton of spare parts. And then there's even a spare parts board that's separate that has some of the other parts that I guess I'm assuming they have found that are commonly broken. But yes, there's a ton of these boards. You have a nice little instruction booklet here, 3D Pinball. It sort of walks you through setting everything up. In the top left of each panel, it'll give you the parts you need for this piece of the instruction. If it's got if it's a circle, then it means it's either a wooden on the punch board or on one of the plastic sprues. If it's in a square box, the top number is the bag number, and then the bottom number is the part number, so you know where to go to get it. And then there's a parts list here that says, bag number 1, here's all the stuff in bag number 1. Bag number 2 has the steel balls. Bag number 3 has the O-rings and the buttons. Bag 4 has some of the electronic components, etc. Double-sided. they give you double-sided tape, and they give you transparent tape. I did not use any transparent tape. They don't. The instructions didn't explain where that would be useful, so I did not use it. The double-sided tape, you do have to use it, and this is the only thing that doesn't come with the kit is you're going to need a pair of scissors to cut that double-sided tape because you cut it to length. It comes in, and there's basically, I can't remember if it's 3 or 4 strips, and they're like side by side, and they're maybe like 3 inches long, and you're going to have to cut those strips into smaller pieces to put it, on the components. It comes with wax that you absolutely do have to use. It comes with these great little clippers. Let me pull those out here. Great little clippers. They've got a point to them, and it really helps to sort of get into some of those crevices on the plastic sprues. You can't really use it for the wooden sprues, but the wooden punch boards, whatever you want to call them. But the plastic sprues, this is very helpful. It comes with small pieces of sandpaper so you can sand stuff down. I did not actually do that. I just sort of ran my fingers over and pulled off any of the spurs and whatnot, and it seems to have done a decent job. I guess you could sand it down if you wanted to. They're very tiny pieces of sandpaper, so it's nothing, you're not going to be able to sand everything with them. It's just sort of get those pieces where you might need a little extra smoothness or something of that nature. Let's see, what else did it say? It came with wax. You have to apply wax to several pieces. Most importantly, the flippers here. There are pieces under here that you have to have wax applied to so that they stay fluid. I think there's a couple other pieces where they want you to apply wax. I think maybe the ball launch here has a piece that you have to wax down. But it comes with a little block of wax. And you can see I've chewed up the wax around, rubbing it around where I needed it to go. But there's that. Let's see what else. What other pieces? It comes with this tiny screwdriver. So it comes with a couple Allen wrenches. It comes with this tiny screwdriver. I used this for a little while until I got tired of not being able to grip this thing very well. There is like a hex head on the end of this thing, but it doesn't seem to fit any of the other hex pieces that come with this. So I'm not sure if it was just missized or if they expect you to get a bit or something to put on there. But I ended up just grabbing another screwdriver. This is the only Phillips head screwdriver that it comes with, and this is all you need. It is a smaller, maybe like a number 3 or 4 maybe. So it's nothing super tiny, but I would recommend getting a screwdriver with a better handle. And then it comes with what calls Tool 1, and this comes out of one of the wooden punch boards, and it has a smaller little hex wrench on this side, a bigger hex wrench on this side. It does not fit this. It's too big over here, and this is too small for it to fit in there. Comes with measurements here. I'm not sure why you don't need to really ever measure. Well, I guess you could have if you're going to be measuring for the double-sided tape. I didn't think about that. I just kind of eyeballed it. And then it comes with these little notches here. These are very important when you're putting there's some like metal rods, and you have to push like a O-ring down onto I guess it is an O-ring. You have a little washer down on the metal rod that's like nylon, and it has to go an exact depth, so you use that to sort of match the depth. Don't touch the camera, darling. Match the depth you needed to go to. You can just shove the metal rod up in there and then push down on it, and it gets it to exactly where it needs to be. So that was well done. I was impressed with this. This was very helpful. The center hex was actually useful because there are bolts on the bottom side of this that you can slide that over and sort of tighten down. That was very useful. It comes with 2 of these. One I didn't use. Again, spare parts. Comes with 2 Allen wrenches that are probably standard Allen wrenches. Come here. You're going to have to move. Let's see. What else? Ton of extra screws. Come here. ton of extra screws and parts and such. Very impressed with the craftsmanship of all this stuff. It went together very easily. Very happy with it. I did break some pieces, so I am glad that it came with spare parts. I didn't break too many pieces, but I did break some, so it was. I did appreciate them having spare pieces. But now, let's go ahead and get this bad boy turned on. There are electronic components inside of this that you will have to sort of connect. That walks you through all of that. It is all connections or pre-terminated connectors, so it's just plugging in, a connector onto a board. Not even a board; it's a plastic housing. So let's go ahead and get this turned on here. It does come with some background music that plays. There is a switch on the bottom to where you can actually turn that off. I can see where it would get annoying. It is powered. It does come with a power cable. That it is powered. It's USB on the other end. So there's a normal, not a normal, but like a coax jack on the one end that plugs into the machine. And then there is the other side is USB-A. They tell you what kind of power brick you need to get to use with it. They say a standard one. I had to try 3 before I found one that would essentially keep it on, and I still don't know if it's working properly because I do have occasionally it will just reset itself when it gets into the bumpers in the top, the triangle bumpers up here. It will reset. And I don't know if that's because there's a short somewhere up here or if I just don't have enough juice being applied to the machine. You can see there's lights all around. These are all LED strips. These were not too terribly difficult to arrange in through here if you know what you're doing. You essentially have 6 tries, so that's what the 6 arrows up over here. You have 6 balls basically. And then you're scoring 100, 200, 300, 400, all the way up to 1,000. When you get to 1,000, you win, or if you 6 balls. So there is a compartment down here, which you guys can't see, it's off screen, that hides 6 more balls. So it comes with 7 balls. Flippers are pretty responsive. And yeah, so let's play for a little bit, and you guys can see how it works. You'll see it just reset right there. Something. You do have to shake it because the ball does get stuck in places at times. So one up ball down. And it reset again. So something up there it's shorting it out. Gotta be. Oh no! My guy fell off. There we go. Nope. Over this way. There we go. You do have to shake the machine sometimes. Where'd you go? There we go. I can see where this music might get a little annoying. You can see I'm at 100 points right now. Now, because it reset, I'm still at my 5th ball. Yep. The orange lights up there supposedly tell you how many points you're scoring when you hit the bumpers, because it does change. I'm trying to talk and not pay attention, and I'm losing balls. There we go. Well, showing you guys how to not do this. I almost got it. No, there we go. I lost. Resets. And you play again. See if we do a little better this time. The music resets every time a sound effect goes off, so it is rather annoying. We just reset again. Something over there is shorting it out. Ah! Maybe I'm hitting it too hard. That's what's it's going up there and hitting the bumpers and resetting. Ah! No! No! There we go. The more you hit the bumpers, the more you get, or the more it multiplies your points, essentially. After you hit it 10 times, it's 20 points. After you hit it 20 times, it's 30 points a bump. Alright, let's get it. There we go, that'll get us some decent points. I wonder if that's supposed to turn off the lights. That'll got us. We won! Or I should say I won. You guys didn't do anything. But anyways, that's the ROKR 3D pinball sets. Let me there we go. Turn off the little music there. Um, like I said, I'm happy with this. I need to figure out what's causing that reset. I'll probably email them and see if it's a known issue, or if it's maybe I'm just flipping the ball up there too hard, and it's you know maybe you just can't do that. Maybe it's all this was it was basically $150. Normally it's 200. They were doing a sale for like 155, and then or it was marked down for 155, and then there was like a President's Day sale or some holiday sale that essentially was that keeps coming up. I'm gonna have to figure that out. The ramp. It was another 15% off, so I think I got it for like 145 shipped, which is not bad at all. I'm very happy with this. It was a lot of fun to put together. Even the parts where I was worried, because these are, you get the warning, here's the fragile parts, be careful. You have spares, but you only have a couple spares, so be very gentle. Even that wasn't too nerve-wracking. And it seems like it went together very well. Like I said, this thing is sturdy too. It's not over. I mean, it's not light, but it's not overly heavy. And it's made in such a way so where you can take the bottom off to sort of get to the electronic components if you have to work on it afterwards. If any of the LED strips go out, you're gonna have to take it way apart to get to those to replace them. So it's at that point, I guess you could, but you run the risk. You have to take. So the light strips on the side here, basically there's two light strips, one on each side, and they come up through here, and then they just run along the edge all the way up in and around components. And that's one of the first things you do when you're building the play field. So you would have to take you'd have to take all the ramps off. You'd have to take the bumpers off, everything in order to get down to these things. Well, you might not have to take the bumpers off. You're gonna have to take the sides off for sure, which means you're gonna have to take the front and the back off. You probably won't have to take. You're gonna have to take these ramps off the side. All of this stuff over here and in the back's gonna have to. It's gonna be a pain in the butt if you have to replace the light strips. The lights that are under here are all. I kind of started falling through a little bit. The stars. So these stars you push through. That one's fallen in a little bit. These basically sit. There's a big circuit board that's encased in plastic that's right under here, and it does the lights. These lights. There's two little smaller boards that go over here that do lights for these two. All of these lights. There's another circuit board encased in plastic that's up here that does these lights and controls the bumpers. These are just what do you call? I'm trying to think of the name of it. The electronic component or mechanical component. It's not an electromagnet. It's a I can't think of the name of it, but that's how those operate. The bells are just bells. That one's actually loose. Might have to tighten that one down a little bit. What about that one in the back? Is that loose? No, just this one. Have to tighten some of these up a little bit. Yeah, other than that, I'm happy with how it turned out. Would definitely, if they made more sets of these, would definitely absolutely buy more pinball sets that are like this. This was a fun build. It says 14 and older, and that's probably accurate if your 14-year-old knows how to be gentle with things, because like I said, some of these components are very fragile. But it would be, I could see this being a good project for a father with their son or their daughter or whatever, like putting it together. Dad puts some pieces together, and while the child helps, quote unquote helps. but yeah, very happy with how this turned out. Really excited to continue to play it. I like pinball a lot, so it's fun. Yeah. So with that said, I'm going to stop this video and play some more. And thanks, guys, for watching.